Good evening, my YouTube viewers. It's Crystal here, and in this video, we're going to be covering Lesson 4 of the course that I've created called Introduction to IT for Computer Users. So Lesson 4 is the Internet and how it works for users. So the Internet is a global system of connected computers that share information using standard protocols such as TCP/IP, allowing the user to browse websites, send emails, stream videos, use social media, and play online games. When a computer user uses the internet, the following sequence of events occur in a matter of seconds. So they open a browser such as Chrome or Edge, and then they type in a website name such as www.bbc.co.uk. The internet sends the request through its internet service provider. The request travels through servers and routers until it reaches the website's computer. The website will then send back data in the form of text, images, and videos, which are displayed on the browser. The internet is an invaluable tool that allows the user to access online services such as websites, email, cloud storage, social media, online banking, streaming, and messaging applications. It is important that the computer user understands the internet because it helps him to stay safe online, recognize scams and unsafe sites, troubleshoot connection issues, understand why pages load slowly, and use online services more confidently. Okay, so we've got a picture for you because this picture speaks 1,000 words of how devices connect to the internet. So you've got your device, which is your smartphone, a tablet, or a laptop, or a desktop computer. And then it can go to a home router. And then this home router connects to an internet service provider. And the internet service provider connects to the internet. And then the internet connects to the website or service. So in addition to connecting to a home router, you can also get internet from your phone. For instance, my phone has unlimited internet, and I have to pay somewhere in the region of £50 a month to get unlimited text, unlimited data, and unlimited internet. And I pay about £50 a month for that. So that equates to about £600 a year. And then when I do that, I can tether my phone to my laptop computer. And when I tether my phone to my laptop computer, I just set my laptop computer up for Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi will search for my phone. And then when it finds my phone, then I click onto the connect button. And then what I will have to do is I will have to enter a password. And I find the password by going to the settings of my phone, and then the connections, and then the mobile hotspot. And I click onto the mobile hotspot, and then it will give me the password in that section. And so that's two ways that you can connect to the internet. You can either have broadband at your home where you've got a home router, or you can do what I do and tether your smartphone to your laptop. But what I will say, because I tether my smartphone to my laptop, I don't have a lot of bandwidth. So if you buy broadband, you have a lot of bandwidth and you can do a lot more than I can do. For instance, if I make a video and I want to load that video onto YouTube, that's all I can do. If I'm loading the video onto YouTube, I can't do anything else because I do not have a bandwidth to do anything other than uploading that video onto YouTube. So Wi-Fi's, routers, and mobile data are invisible systems that make devices talk to the internet, each playing a different role in how to get online. So Wi-Fi connects a device wirelessly to a router. The router sends the data to the internet service provider, which is ISP. The mobile data connects to the phone network instead of the home Wi-Fi. So I've already explained to you how the mobile data works because that's how I use it in my home. So Wi-Fi is the technology that enables the device to connect to the router without cables. It uses radio waves to connect the device to the router without cables. It is possible to move around freely while staying connected to the internet. It is ideal for home networks, cafes, schools, and offices. But you do have to be careful with using Wi-Fi in cafes and shops and places like that, because quite often the Wi-Fi isn't secure, and so you're making yourself vulnerable when you use Wi-Fi from cafes and shops. And a lot of hackers or a lot of criminals will go into these shops and cafes and they will connect their computers up to the Wi-Fi network, and then they will try to steal the data of other people's laptops and phones. So you do have to use Wi-Fi in cafes and shops very cautiously. And so I have internet on my phone. I pay to get internet on my phone. And so I use my phone's internet. I don't use any other Wi-Fi other than that. So the router is the bridge between the device and the internet. It connects all devices such as laptops, phones, and tablets into one local network. It assigns each device an IP address so data knows where to go. It sends data to the ISP, that's Internet Service Provider, and receives responses from websites. It includes a firewall to help protect the network. Mobile data connects to the device to the internet using the mobile provider's network, being 4G or 5G. Instead of Wi-Fi, the phone uses nearby cell towers. Data travels through the provider's network to reach the internet. It works anywhere where there is a signal and no router is needed. And then we're going to talk about how data connects to the internet. So, which we've discussed this a little bit earlier. So you've got Wi-Fi in the phone, a desktop computer, a tablet, a laptop, or a phone connects to the router. The router connects to the internet service provider. The internet service provider connects to the internet, and the internet connects to the World Wide Web. So for a mobile network, you've got either 4G or 5G. It connects to a cell tower, and the cell tower connects to an internet service provider, and the internet service provider connects directly to the internet. So that's how data in the form of a router or a mobile network connects to the internet. So Wi-Fi routers and mobile data fit together in the below table. So Wi-Fi uses radio waves and a router on a laptop, phone, tablet, or desktop computer, and it works in home, offices, and public hotspots. So you do need to be very careful when you're using in a public place using Wi-Fi, because as I previously mentioned, a lot of criminals hang out in places where there are public hotspots, and they know a lot more than I do about stealing people's data, but they can steal people's data when they hang out in those places. So you need to be so careful when you're using Wi-Fi from a public hotspot. You've got a router which uses cable and Wi-Fi. It connects to all devices, and you can use it for home or business. And you've got mobile data, which uses cellular towers. Typical devices are a smartphone or a tablet. And I think you can also use a laptop if you want, because whenever I go into the Vodafone shop, which is my service provider, sometimes they will give you a laptop, and all of the laptops and tablets and that they sell actually have SIM cards. And so since they have SIM cards, these SIM cards will actually give them mobile data. And then so you can use mobile data anywhere with a signal. But there are some places like up in the hills and out in the woods that there's not going to be any signal. So that's a good place where it's good to use a mobile data in a built-up area. But if you're not in a built-up area, then you may have a little bit difficult getting mobile data, and so you may have to actually use a router. So URLs, browsers, and search engines are the tools that make finding and viewing information on the internet simple and intuitive, working in the background using complex technology. The URL tells the browser where to go. The browser displays the website, and the search engine helps to find the URL when it is not known. The Uniform Resource Locator, URL, is the unique address of a web page, such as https://microsoft.com, and tells the browser where to find the website or domain name, what type of connection to use, and then HTTPS lets you know that it is a secure site and which page or file to open. The browser, such as Chrome, Edge, or Firefox, is the program that displays websites. It reads the entered URL, requests the page from the internet, shows text, images, and videos in a readable format, allows the user to interact by clicking, scrolling, watching, filling in forms, or shopping. And the search engine, such as Bing or Google, helps the user to find information without knowing the exact URL. It searches billions of pages, matches entered keywords to relevant sites, and displays the result with short descriptions and links. This is how the search engine connects to the website. So you've got your search engine, which is going to be Bing or Google, or I use AVG browser. That's what I use because it's supposed to be protect you. It's supposed to be antivirus protection. And I used to use AVG antivirus software, but they started charging for it, and when they started charging for it, I couldn't use it anymore. But since the AVG web browser is free, I still use the AVG browser. So you've got your search engine, and then you type in your URL, which is the web address. So it's An example is https://www.example.com. And then when you type that in, that website automatically, the browser automatically searches for that website, and then the browser displays that website. So the table below shows how the URL browser and search engine work together. So what you do, you type a question into a search engine, and the search engine finds matching URLs. You click a result, and the browser uses that URL to request the page. You view the website, and the browser displays the content from the website. So what happens when a computer user goes online? So you've got your computer, which is going to be a desktop computer, a laptop, a tablet, or a phone, and it can be connected to either Wi-Fi or mobile data, which in my case, it would be connected to mobile data. And then it goes to a router, and then from if it's connected to mobile data, then it will go through a cell tower. And then the router sends it to the internet service provider, and the internet service provider connects to the internet, and then the website and it's displayed on your monitor. And so that's what happens when a user goes online. So search strategies when online use specific keywords of full sentences. Put phrases within quotation marks. Use the operators and or minus cite to refine results. Use filters and tools such as date, type, region, and file type. Evaluate sources to check who published the information, whether it is current and credible, and if it is an opinion or a fact. Scroll the bottom of the results page to use related searches and suggestions. Combine strategies to endeavor to obtain the best results. So tips to identify safe websites. A safe file begins with https:// because the S indicates the site is secure. Always look for the padlock sign next to the address bar. Look for trustworthy domains such as .gov, .edu, or .org. Examine the site's design and content. Look for professional layout, correct spelling, clear contact details, and a privacy policy. Check for security certificates by clicking the padlock icon on the browser to check for a valid verification certificate. Be wary of a site that has red flags, such as asking for passwords or payment information too early, unexpectedly redirects to another page, triggers antivirus or browser warnings, or offers free downloads or prizes. It is important not to ignore any message from the browser saying the site may be unsafe. Search the site name in the search engine for reviews of the site. Use protection protocols such as up-to-date antivirus software and browser, safe browsing mode, or security extensions and pop-up blockers. So safe downloading tips are: download only from trusted sources, such as official websites or well-known companies. Check the URL before downloading to ensure it is a valid site. Read the download page carefully and look for a clear product name, version number, file size, and a description of what is being downloaded. Scan the file with antivirus software before opening. Know the safe file types, being cautious with .zip, .rar, .js, .bat, .cmd, or .scr. Choose custom or advanced installation if available because it shows hidden extras. Ensure the Windows browser and antivirus are up to date. So what I would do, because I have a Windows machine, I only install apps from Windows Microsoft Store, and you do have to be really careful with downloading files. I don't download hardly any files, but you do have to be so careful. And again, don't download a file unless it's from a trusted source, such as an official website. So that concludes this video and this lesson, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another video, which is going to be an example of carrying out a search on a search engine. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you got useful information, because that's what the course is about. And the next video is going to be online tips on how to search a website or search through a browser. So I hope that you decide to watch that too. Thank you for watching, and the next lesson that we cover after the next video is going to be lesson 5, and it's going to be about cloud computing.